and welcome to For the Love of Nature, a podcast where we tell you everything you need to know about nature and probably more than you wanted to know. I'm Laura.
And I'm Katy. And this is the part 2 of our Cave Chronicles of, what did Laura say her message was? Shit found in caves.
No.
Shit found in caves.
It's nature and humanity's deep greatest secrets.
You just stuff in caves, just weird, cool stuff in caves.
Last week was natural. I think you got natural this week too.
Yeah, I have an animal. That was an animal one.
All right, let's do it.
So mine is, and listen, again, so many of these that I have, the ones that I picked, there are no other names for these things other than scientific names. So we're jumping back into things that Katy can't pronounce. So just bringing that back. Woohoo! So forewarning, I practiced the pronunciation of these things before and it's useless. So I've given up a long time ago. All right, so here we go. In 2016, a team of paleontologists led by Andriy Skabanski from Tomsk State University made a groundbreaking discovery in a remote cave in the Pavlodar region of Kazakhstan. As they were exploring the cave, they stumbled upon an astonishing find that challenged the existing timelines and theories about prehistoric life.
Yes.
They found the skull of a, here we go, Elasmotherium sibericorum, also known as a Siberian unicorn.
What? Just drop that one.
Yeah, right. So it's just Siberian unicorn. What? Yes. So initially, the team did not immediately recognize the significance of their find.
That they had found a unicorn.
Yeah, a unicorn, right? However, upon closer examination, they realized that they had uncovered the remains of a creature that many believed had gone extinct like way earlier.
I gotta look this up. Keep going.
Yeah.
I just want to look up what a Siberian unicorn looks like.
Yeah. I'll give a description here in a second, too, for the listeners. So the discovery, obviously, if everybody thought that this was like millions of years prior to when they were existing, it sent shockwaves throughout the scientific community, sparking excitement and curiosity as research began to reevaluate what they knew about any of these ancient creatures. So let's just talk about real quick.
I feel like Kazakhstan is over in Russia, or in the Russian area. I remember woolly mammoths were last found in like the northern parts of Russia. Right? I feel like Russia was the land that time forgot for a hot second.
For a while. Yeah, it definitely seems that way. Or like the last of whatever happened. Stuff. Yeah, the last of the Ice Age stuff. The last of it was in Russia. So the Siberian unicorn is definitely far removed from the mythical horse-like figure that most people imagine.
Don't think horse, guys.
Yeah. Picture a massive, robust animal resembling a rhino, but way larger. It stood approximately 8 feet tall at the shoulder and stretched up to 15 feet in length.
Tank.
Right? No, it is. Yeah. Just imagine, rhinos themselves nowadays are literal tanks. I mean, they're just beefy.
Yeah. It says that this whole group it's a group of rhinoceri, but not a group that contains living rhinoceros.
Correct. I'll get into that in a second. Okay. Yeah. It's not actually related to the ones that are now, but just picture that in your mind. That's the only thing. That in our mind nowadays of what we would know, that's really the only thing we can compare them to. So they had a thick coat of shaggy fur. The Siberian unicorn was definitely well adapted to the harsh, cold climates that it roamed, making it a formidable presence in its environment. Same thing, woolly mammoths, saber-toothed cats and everything, all same thing. They live for the ice and the snow and how harsh that environment can be.
Yeah.
So the most striking feature, of course, where it gets its name, the Siberian unicorn, was its enormous single horn, which can grow up to 6 or 10 feet. I've
so excessive.
Yeah, right? But I've gotten some mix. Some people were like, oh yeah, no, it's up to 6 feet. Others were like, nope, up to 10 feet. So I'm sure 6 to 10 feet.
If you guys look up a picture of this, the horn, I mean, they're only 8 feet tall.
Right? Yeah, so it could potentially be taller than them.
Do you know, you can see from the skeleton of this thing, the back, so the vertebrae on this thing.
Yeah.
They're huge tall because the muscles that would have had to attach to even keep it from going like just face planting into the ground at every second.
So the horn is made of keratin, just like a rhino horn is today.
And we've held a rhino. I mean, that thing was so freaking heavy and it was only 2 feet tall. The one that
not
we
even.
Held.
Yeah. It was, they're like small and they're really freaking heavy. And so that's what I was going to say. So many times whenever scientists look at what we found with velociraptors and ankylosaurus and everything like that, let's take velociraptors, for instance, all right? Everybody knows what a velociraptor is. We used to think scaly, think first Jurassic Park where it's thumping its toe in the kitchen and everything. But now they're like, no, it's feathered, it's this, it's colorful, it's this. I think from what their drawings are of the Siberian unicorn, I don't think they add enough muscle to it because, like you said, Laura, the way if you look at the vertebra, I just don't think it's like beefy enough. Like I think it's beefier than what they show.
The muscles that would have to have been on this animal
because I read
crazy.
I read somewhere too. It was 6 to 10 feet tall, but then its circumference was almost 3 feet, like the bottom of the horn.
Yeah, I can see that. I mean, if you look at a picture,
yeah.
If this, I mean, my gosh.
Yeah, it's ginormous. So again, artist rendition of what their guesstimations are, what these look like. I don't quite think this is right.
But I think this is definitely kind of unicorn. Like you could see where maybe people could get the unicorn thing from.
Yeah, for sure. But again, this one, they only found the skull from what I was finding. This discovery in this particular cave, they only found the skull. So let's see here. So that horn, though, like I said, that was made of keratin, just like modern rhino horns, was not just for show. It was probably used for a variety of purposes, such as defense against predators, attracting mates, foraging for food, digging, I mean, all kinds of things. So the discovery of the Siberian unicorn skull was definitely a game changer for paleontology and our understanding of prehistoric ecosystems. So previously, it was believed that the Siberian unicorn had gone extinct at least 200,000 years ago. Like they thought maybe the last one trickled in and it was 200,000 years ago.
But before humans.
Yes. However, radiocarbon dating, as debatable as that can be, the skull revealed that it was regardless of what radiocarbon dating and debating and how,
give or take a couple decades. Yeah.
Yes. This one was found to only be 39,000 years old, which means that they definitely roamed the earth with humans, with what we know today of humans.
I mean, too bad we didn't find that it was hacked off.
Right?
You know, like if you could see evidence of tools.
Because we have that with mammoths and things where you can see like the shearing of a spear and stuff like that on mammoth and other animals in this region. You see the evidence of humans on it, but yeah, not on these ones. And maybe it was just because it was a tank. They're just like, you know what?
Although, tell you what, I have unlocked another. Could you ride that? That's on my list now. I want to ride that
Siberian unicorn. Hell yeah. Look, that would be amazing.
Can you even imagine? It'd be like riding in an elephant with a unicorn horn.
But like beefier.
Cooler than a woolly mammoth, in my opinion.
Yeah. No, I think so. And that's what I was going to say. I definitely think, like, I always thought mammoths were pretty cool, but then I found this one. I'm like, whoa, this is way
cooler. You rode in on something with a horn that size, you're either compensating or you actually are that much of a badass.
Yeah, right.
Like, either way, you'd be freaking people out.
Right? Well, so the implications for the finding of this, it definitely challenged our understanding of megafauna, extinction events, particularly around with woolly mammoths and everything. The presence of Siberian unicorn in more recent times raises questions about the factors that led to the eventual extinction. Was it, in fact, climate change, human hunting, combination of both, or what actually happened? So additionally, that skull ended up providing valuable insights into the evolutionary history of rhinoceroses. Either
Probably
way,
depends. Whether it's a Latin or Greek root.
Yeah,
I don't know.
By studying the morphology of the Siberian unicorn, scientists can better understand the adaptations that allowed these creatures to thrive in harsh environments and how they relate to modern species. Just like we've said before, and we've gone over this, I think every time we bring up dinosaurs, is we very, 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 very rarely do paleontologists actually find an entire skeleton. Yeah. It's always bits and pieces. And then the rest of it is just a crapshoot of like, well, I think this is what the rest of it's going to look like.
It's so interesting, that they found this, just the skull.
Yeah. Well, again, I mean, depending on how fossil was made. Yeah, how did it get down there? Like, where is its body?
Yeah.
Did humans chop off its head and take the body for meat?
Or was it just too heavy for an animal to drag away?
Yeah. Like, it ate apart all of its, like,
smaller bits.
Like a leg. Took a leg. Yeah. Who knows? So while the Siberian unicorn is sort of related to modern rhinoceroses. It did not evolve directly into the rhinos we see today.
Right. It's off branch.
It's off of it, yeah. So instead of, it represents a very distinct branch of the rhinoceros family tree. So it's its own thing. They might have had the common ancestors, and then this was the last on one of the branches. And then another separate branch was rhinoceros.
Yeah, I feel like this is where everybody gets confused about evolution.
Yeah.
Common descent doesn't mean that everything
led to that.
Yeah. We're all branches of many.
Yeah, we can all have the same starting point, and then it can end at a variety of different places. And for this one, this is...
Rhinoceroses are not on the same branch of the tree as this one.
Yeah, but they do share a common ancestor of this one. So in essence, finding this Siberian unicorn in Kazakhstan was not only did it redefine the timelines of the existence, but also just enrich the broader understanding of the dynamics and interactions between prehistoric humans and the megafauna that shared our world.
See, if you listen to our first one on Mobile Cave, I totally agree. If I accidentally found a sulfur methane smelling portal to hell, I wouldn't go in. But if I thought I found a unicorn skull,
heck yeah,
I would be like, jackpot.
Right. Heck yes. So let me show you, Laura. Let me show you
what chatbot says it is.
Yeah.
Is it actually accurate?
I mean, maybe. Because again, who knows? You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I just looked up artist renderings. I mean, does Chatbot match?
No, it's not this one. No.
Oh, okay. Chatbot just came up with its own animal. Oh.
Isn't that epic, though?
It's absurd.
Right?
What kind of war is going on here? This is the craziest thing I've ever seen. There's a ship in the background.
Right? If you guys have never used ChatGPT to do drawings, it's only as good as the information you put into it to prompt it to what to do. And I gave a pretty good description, but still, this was amazing.
This is literally cavemen going to war, but also Sasquatches and actual unicorns.
Right. Look in the far back right corner. Yeah, there's like the headless horseman back there. Like in between, you see the guy with the horse jumping off the cliffside with a huge spear, and then look like two mountains behind it. There's like this huge mess of things of something.
Well, and then in the background of the ship, you're like, what is that? Is that post-apocalyptic buildings back there?
It looks like more ships that crashed.
I don't even know, man. This is an insane picture. I never want this to exist.
But look at the elk. The elk has like zombie eyes or whatever that's supposed to be.
It's absurd.
So that's always good. So we'll put the images up on Patreon just so you guys
don't believe this one.
Yeah, but I will say, compared to what the other ones look like, I think that this one might stand a chance at being able to hold up the horn though. Because look at how much what I mean.
The horn is way more slender.
Yeah, it's slender, but up around the neck and everything is a whole lot beefier. You know. All right, guys. So that's the second week of Cave Chronicles and the Siberian unicorn. Next week, we're going to go ahead and have another long episode, and then we'll be back with another Cave Chronicles with Laura the week after that. So make sure, like I said, you guys check us out on Patreon. And until then, we'll talk to you next week.
See ya.